What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about 6 different altcoins today. You better get used to that Christmas tree back there because it's staying up for months. We moved last year around the time of Christmas. We didn't have time to set up decorations, so in commemoration of that, this thing's staying up till Valentine's Day. So it's going to be, we got 3 months of Christmas. This month, January, and February. Okay, at least part of February. But without any further ado, let's get into this. We'll be talking about 6 different cryptos. We're going to be going over RUNE first for Mr. MHAT, moving on to MOVR for EJ Crypto, COREUM, COREUM, for the Unleavened Baptist, and Sologenic for the Unleavened Baptist. We'll be talking about ICP for Ben G, SC USDT, we got it now for WS99, and without any further ado, that's it. So if anybody has any requests, anything that they'd like to see some technical analysis done, feel free to leave it in the comments. You can join the Discord. I'll leave a link in the description for that, and I will do my best to leave timestamps below. I'm feeling a lot better. I've got a lot more energy. I am going to try to breeze through this still, and yeah, I'll definitely leave timestamps at the end of this. So I don't know if I have anything else I want to say. Yeah, let's get started. Let's do this. Okay, so looking at this here, this is RUNE. All-time history as far as I could find on TradingView. We're on the weekly here. Definitely a strong-looking RSI. You've got higher highs, higher lows. You're in the overbought. I mean, you were in the overbought zone. You're still in the bullish area of control. You could come down a little bit. Let's see. I mean, you do kind of look like you're breaking the structure right now, which isn't too encouraging. One. There we go. But how much time do we have left in this week? We got a day and 20. I don't know, man. It's the weekend. You might be coming down. You might be consolidating, and you broke through your green line. You got kind of stopped out a little bit above it. It would make sense. Let's see what you're doing on like the grand scheme of things. Top to bottom, right in your white zone, man. 618 to 69, beautiful. Just time and time again. If you've been watching the channel, which I know I got, you guys, I've got almost 1,000 new subscribers in the last month. That's like a month and a half, really. Thank you all, by the way. But you know, there's a lot of new people in this channel, you know, watching these videos. So for those of you that don't know, time and time again, we see this exact scenario where in the white zone here, that's why both these lines are white, because this is like the golden ratio zone itself. Oftentimes people focus on the 618 so hard that when it breaks it, people are like, oh, that means it's going way higher. It broke through the golden zone. No, oftentimes enough you actually do go a little bit past it, and I would say the 6.9 is kind of that limit that I tend to see it. Now, it doesn't mean that you couldn't wick a little bit above it and then come back down, but I digress. What I'm really trying to say is that this is a perfect zone to top in, probably come back down in classic fashion to your 382. At a minimum, you'd go down to your 0.5 and look at that. That's right with the green line there too, the 123 moving average. So at a minimum, I would expect, if I can get this properly, I would expect a drop to about $4.15. If not, if I had to give it a more likelihood, I would think that you do come down to this 382 around like $2.80. That's a pretty big range. That is a pretty big range. But let's just see. Let's see if we've got anything that lines up in the more immediate fib. Because this is your macro, you know, from your all-time high to your cycle lows. Let's go cycle lows to your current high. 236 right there at the 0.5, but the 236 isn't a common retracement to bounce off of. I would think you go to your 382, and what's very common with the 382 is to actually go a little bit past it as well. So the fact that you got both your 382s down here just makes this 280 to like $3 area a very, in my opinion, a very likely zone that you will see. You've gone on a straight tear on your weekly. You look like you're bending over a little bit now. You're probably going to cool off. It's probably going to take months. You've had a hot bit since, I mean, really, you popped here, but it was basically since the beginning of August that you've been moving up. Very nice, but you're going to have some consolidation, right? You're probably going to consolidate for a while, and I bet you do come back down in that consolidation. It'll probably take months. Like, you're not going to see this thing moving up again. I mean, with the way I've got it drawn here, if it was to move down that trajectory, it could be March that it starts to move up again. But that's pretty close to the halving. I don't know. But I would think months. It's going to be months before this thing decides to go up again. So let's see what it's doing in the more immediate terms. Yeah, daily looks weak. If I can use not the brush, there we go. Daily looks weak, solid downtrend in your RSI. In the bearish area of control, looks like you want to go lower. Yeah, I would say so. top to bottom. 1272 rejection all the way back. Yeah, you're going lower. You're going lower, and I would stand by it. I'm not going to dilly dally anymore. I wouldn't buy this thing until it's below $3.10 if I was really trying to get in on this thing. If it's not there, that means you just got to be patient. But this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Let's move on. I hope that was enough. I hope that did good because I've got more to talk about, man. Not just this video either, but MOVR, USD. Let's see what it looks like on Kraken, and then we'll look at it on some other charts too. Because I want to get the, I don't like that. I don't. But hey, there's a lot of room for upside, right? Let's see. It looks the same. Yeah, it all looks the same. So we'll use Binance, sure. Is there a USDT? Because USDT does have more volume. Yeah, that's fine. We can use that. So I want to look this one up. Whenever I see crap charts like this, there's two possibilities, right? One, well, you got listed in November of 2021, the very end of the bull market where the bear market literally began, so you just came out at the worst time possible. Or two, which would probably culminate with one as well, but two is the less favorable of these, which would be it's going down in price, but its market cap is staying the same, which would mean that the market cap is held up well, but it's not the investors, the speculators that are benefiting from this thing. It's the participants in the ecosystem, which is fine, but that's not good for. I'm a speculator. We're speculators here, right? Most of us probably, but let's look at this thing, MOVR, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. Moon River, walking on the Moon River water, baby. Let's see here. We'll go to max. We'll go to logarithmic. This is what the price looks like. Now, if the market cap looks dramatically more neutral or bullish than this, then we'll know that it's a fraud, it's a scam. No, yeah, it looks the exact same. So that's good. That's good. Just because it's green doesn't mean it's bad. It very much does look the same as the price. So that's nice. It's going down because it came out at a horrible time, not because they are pumping new coins into the circulation. That's nice to know. So with that, I can at least go into this assuming that it's not a total POS. But let's see, bottom or top to bottom here. You are above. You broke above your 61869 zone, went all the way up to your 886. Decent volume, overbought. I bet you do want to continue to go higher. This one, I would think, wants to keep going up until this probably $18 to $22 zone. Previous area of resistance here, 1272, 1414 extensions. You absolutely could see the 1618, but let's stay a little grounded here. I think looking at these two might be, especially with this previous area of resistance, might be more called for. Let's look at the daily and see what that looks like. Daily looks strong too, man. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Is beautiful, man. This really is beautiful. When you're consolidating like this, like you don't know. In the midst of it, right, you're here. You don't know the price is going to do this and then this and then this. Like you don't know what to expect, right? You're probably, when you're here, you're probably expecting it to still go up. So when it doesn't still go up, you think then it's going to go down. But when it doesn't go down, it's consolidating, right? You're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. But then as it gets more developed, it's a consolidation phase. Your RSI during that whole time after getting really hot cooled off. This is beautiful, man. It's really beautiful, especially the simple fact, like something that you can just look at without all the nonsense I was just talking about, is lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the consolidation phase. That means that you're probably going to break out to the upside, probably, and it's probably being the keyword because you can always go down. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but all that too. On the daily RSI here, you held up above the 50 most of the time. Anytime you got below the 50, it wasn't long-lived. So, yeah, you broke out of this consolidation range, and you're probably, again, moving up to, what was it, $22? 18 to 22, I think is what I said. Top to bottom, yeah, 18.5 to 22. Sounds about right to me. Daily looks good, man. I bet I don't know if you're going to go there right now. You could move up and then consolidate more, just how like the previous one talking about RUNE, it's going to go down, but it's going to take months. It could take a month or two for you to get up here. It could take by the middle of January, who knows? But I would assume that you probably do move up a little bit more, consolidate a little bit more, and then move up more. But as far as when you're going to get up here, I don't know. I would assume, if I really had to guess, probably before February, but nobody really knows. And yeah, that's this thing. So I think it's going up. It looks good. Definitely looks good. Yeah. Maybe it takes a little break today, maybe. But anyways, moving on from there. COREUM, C-O-R-E-U-M, COREUM. We'll use MEXC. MEXC. Yep. Very nice rounded bottom, parabolic kind of structure, but it's very short-lived, right? It could keep going. It's really hard to say in these kind of conditions, man. It really could keep going. It could, if it were to crap out from here, it would have a long ways to fall. You're sitting at about 22.7 cents now. You could go all the way back to 11 cents, maybe if not 12 and a half cents from here in a very short amount of time. You know, parabolic moves up are very awesome, but whenever they break to the downside, you get some very awesome downside moves as well. Hard to say. Let's look at the daily. Actually, hold on. I want to look real quick at this. 618, man, you literally tipped it. Hard to say. Hard to say. You literally tipped it though. Let's look at the daily here. Hidden bullish divergence, lower lows in the RSI, but higher lows in the price. Not a whole lot of volume here. As you were moving up to, that's not really encouraging, is it? I would think you do at least come back to this 382 at about 17.7 cents. Previous area of resistance is also your 382 on the fib there, like a pretty significant fib too. 4 hour looks a little bit bearish. Yeah, I would say that you do want to come down a little bit more, but I'm not so convinced that this move is over just yet. You might make one more run upwards, and maybe you get a higher high, maybe you get a double top. Hard to say. Definitely hard to say. I do like the daily RSI right now. I'm having a hard time here. Having a hard time. I think it comes down more, and that's okay. You know, it can come down more. This RSI would still look decent as long as you're like above the 50. I think you're fine, but really, if you can maintain it above the 60, that'd be really nice as well. Maybe you get like a wick down here and then come back and close the day up higher so that you're still in that bullish area of control. But I think a little bit of down for now, and then maybe you will see the land of the 30-cent zone and beyond again. If you come up with this kind of structure, if you come up to this 618 again, you probably will push through it and see this 786 to 886 zone. But if you break through this 17.7 cent zone, the 382 right here, if you break through this yellow line, you're probably going to the 236 or lower, man. You could go, again, that 236 is right around 12 cents. You could go a little bit past it, down to 11 cents, down to where this green line would be if it's sloping up. And you would do that really fast, too, really fast and violently. So what's nice about that is you might wake up one day and it's just like this, but then it'll probably just consolidate. You'll probably see the end of it, and then it'll start to move up again. So be aware of that. Definitely be aware of that to the downside. My thoughts are that it does go down immediately. Just because you wick below this yellow line doesn't mean that it's all over. But if you get a day to close below it, that might be a little bit concerning. But I would kind of at this moment expect that you do bounce off that line. You do come back up into this area. And assuming you don't see a double top, you really could go, again, up into 50 to 70 cents there. 50 to 66 cents, something like that. Yeah, 65. Hard to say, really hard to say on this one. The one thing I hate most about this is the volume. I despise it. It doesn't look good at all. But the overall structure doesn't look bad. Anyways, probably down from here in the more immediate term, like over the next couple days. Sologenic. Solo. You know, there's a stock called Solo. It's Electro Machina. It's kind of weird looking cars, man. I only bring that up because I actually own some Solo. It has not done. I didn't buy it down here. It has not done well at all, man. But its day will come. I don't know. It's one of those that like I didn't put much in it, and it's worth not much now. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. But let's go back. Sologenic, Solo USDT. Already bad premonitions is all I'm trying to say. Let's see here. No. Maybe we'll use CoinX. BitTrue. Mexi. Yeah, I think we're gonna use BitTrue. BitTrue, okay. So Sologenic on BitTrue. Looking at this thing here from its all-time highs to its all-time lows, not really a whole lot going for it. It's below its 236. Okay, if you're wanting to buy, it's probably a good time to buy, relatively speaking. Pretty strong RSI right now. Not really that strong of movements. It's just like the most bullish consistently that you've been in this whole chart's history, right? It's not the most bullish move in the shortest amount of time, but it is the most bullish consistency that you've had. So a little bit different, right? Bouncing off the 50 here, that's nice. You've never done that before to the upside. Let's look at the daily. Daily RSI looks really productive. Very, very productive. I would think, with this kind of, that was a weird breath in. With this kind of look, I would think that you are going to go higher. You're probably in an accumulation phase. I would think, where you're going to go. You're probably going to go up to this area here and then reject from there. You're probably going to go up to 24 or 25 cents. Maybe 30 cents, maybe you go a little bit above these. I doubt you go up here, but you're probably like in an accumulation phase still. Would be my guess. But let's see. I mean, the daily looks nice as long as today closes green. If it closes red, what I'm about to say goes out the window, but if it closes green, you've got these higher lows, you're bouncing off the 60 area. Looking like you want to go higher, form another higher high from here. You're sitting at about 17 cents. Your next high could come in at 21 cents, 20 cents. It's been doing this pretty methodically on the way up, so I'm not calling for any like crazy breakout moves, though again, you are in a kind of accumulation zone. If it were to break out now, you could see some crazy moves like this. It is possible, but I don't really feel confident enough to say that. You're pretty overbought on your RSI already. You might want to cool down and consolidate. Like if you were to come to like the top of this range, right, and consolidate up here, then you might be getting ready for a breakout. If you come down and then like come down here, you might, the next time you come up, you might consolidate and then get ready for the breakout, something like that. But probably moving up in the immediate term if I really had to guess. Unless today closes red, then you're probably going down. I don't mind the 4 hour. It's a little bit weird, but it's not bad. Overall, I just like the trend, man. Higher highs, higher lows, it looks pretty solid. If you go down, it won't be by much, but really what you want to do is just try and close today green. It'd be really unfortunate to get out of this 60 zone and sustain out of that, because then you might be breaking this kind of bullish structure you have, and that could send you lower, but still not too much lower. All right, that's Sologenic. I think it's going up. I personally think it's going up. Let's see real quick. Top to bottom here. Yeah, up. I'm going to say up. Pretty neutral on the 1 hour and the 4 hour though, huh? I don't know, man. I'm like wanting to say up, but it's like my gut is telling me it's going to go down, but I don't trade, as the great Eric Crown says, man, I don't trade my gut. I don't trade my emotions. So my gut can be wrong, man, and oftentimes actually with this stuff it is wrong. A lot of people say, no, I always trust my gut, it's always right. Trade some cryptos. Tell me if it's always right then, man. Tell me, let's go, let's see how right your gut is all the time. And if it is right all the time, call me. We have a lot of talking to do. ICP USD for Mr. Ben G here. Let's see. Yeah, same thing. I think you said long-term analysis, didn't you? Okay, long-term analysis, because in the short term, I think you're gonna pull back, right? You're gonna pull back. Where are you gonna pull back? Top to bottom, probably to about 6.9 cents, probably. If I really had to guess, probably. Long-term, though, I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. ICP. $4 billion market cap, unlimited max supply, pretty diluted for the total supply it has now. Is there a, there's not, but that's okay. I just want to look at this real quick. Uptrend. Hold on. Yeah, I remember that. That's the one thing. So the market cap, I would say, has the potential to see a 10x, maybe even a 20x. But there are new coins being pumped into the ecosystem, into the circulating supply. Like I don't know what the schedule's like, but every day, every month, every week, I don't know, but there are coins being pumped into the supply. You can see here on the price, logarithmic here, lows, lower lows there, right, throughout all that. If we take it into the market cap and we click log again, you actually stop forming lower lows back here in December of 2022, right, where you've only started you haven't really even technically found a higher low yet, right? You've gone up, you've found a higher high, but you haven't had a higher low yet. These aren't really higher lows. I think what you're doing right now is getting set up for a higher low. But all that to say, you're worth $4 billion in market cap right now. You're a pretty new coin, and I don't know everything about ICP because I'm not invested in it, but I think there was some kind of something with the launch that was like not scandalous, but it was like a mistake, or it was like an error, or like something happened that shouldn't have happened with like token allocation, if I remember correctly. The fact that it's already worth $4 billion and it's been in an uptrend in its market cap, but its price has like yet to officially define its uptrend yet, and it's been in an uptrend on market cap for over a year now. I think that says a little bit of something about how it's going to be stifled. It's probably not going to see a phenomenal, at least the price itself will not see a phenomenal bull rally. Nice little pump here, went all the way up to the 382, nice, classic. Probably pull back to that, yeah, like right around 6.3, maybe even lower, who knows. But I doubt you see prices above $100 with this thing, right? A 10x would be, I guess you could actually, right? 10x would be $90 from here. 20x would be $180. Okay, so you could see that. Maybe at the highest, if I really had to give it the highest, I'd say 220. But that would be like a $100 billion market cap, and I don't know if this thing deserves that. I don't even know if it deserves a $40 billion market cap, but you can see there's a lot of undeserving tokens that see that kind of stuff. But let's see how it does with the $40 billion market cap first. That would be right around $90, right? So that would be like back around this high here. Let's see if it can even manage that, because I'm skeptical with this thing. How does it do? I don't know. This is the first pop that we had. Everybody went crazy over ICP. It had an 87.9% week. Really good job for every ICP holder, but I'm not optimistic on this thing, man. I'm really not, honestly. Yeah. I think it goes up, but I think there's a lot better projects out there. A lot better prospects for growth, if I really had to guess. What's it going to do by the end of this cycle? What's the long-term analysis? It's kind of hard to do because it is such a new chart. But if I really had to guess, because again, this is the first time it's been overbought in this whole chart's existence. And that's all of its existence. So if I really had to guess, I would say it probably doesn't do anything more than like a 25x would be my guess from here. And I think that would be an accomplishment. I think that'd be a serious accomplishment. More likely it sees like a 10x at the most from here is what I would think. But I don't know. If I had to bet, would it break $100 or wouldn't it break $100? I probably wouldn't take that bet either way. But I kind of get the feeling that it won't break $100 in this cycle or ever again. I don't know. Because again, the market cap, by the time this thing is up here, right now $90 would be a 10x in the market cap. But by the time, like however long it takes to get up there, let's say it takes a year, maybe it's this 886, maybe it's at $57 that it's a 10x in the market cap. Like this thing again has been in a year-long uptrend. It's had higher lows since December of last year, where here it's just been having lower lows in price. So new coins are being pumped. I'm droning on about this one, but that's ICP, man. How does it look for the long term? Probably goes up, but probably not as much as you'd like it to. Finishing it up with SCU, USDT, Coin. It is Coin. Okay, cool. Let's see. 2020, nice little bottom. I like this. I like this shape, this structure. It's nice. Breaking out, decent volume. bearish divergence. Bearish divergence. I would even argue that if you close this week here, if you can close this week red below this green line like this, it's confirmed bearish divergence. And where you will go likely would be at least back to about half a cent, 0.00538, somewhere in that range, back to like the resistance zone of where he just broke out of. Let's see if there's anything else that agrees with that. 382 is right there, man. Yeah, you're going down. You're probably going to that 382. And then from there, assuming that this is a strong move, which it looks like, you're probably going to bounce and continue to go higher. But in the immediate term, you're probably going down. If you're feeling like buying, probably not a good area to buy. If you're feeling like selling, you're still above your 236, probably a good area to sell. But I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but I would bet money if I could. I'll take any of you up on it that this thing sees at least 0.053 before it decides to break this high. Right? We're closer to this high. I bet it sees this before it breaks that high. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys, man. That's everything. If there was to be a winner of all of these, I think it would be MOVR. I think MOVR, MOVR. So EJ Crypto, you won this round, man. I think that would be the only one that actually looks like it's due for some immediate upside, more immediate upside. RUNE's got me curious for sure, but it's got some time to correct for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Coin, as far as like long term goes, it's kind of interesting, maybe, right? A lot of room for growth. I hear a lot of hype around Coin, but I don't know enough about it personally. But it probably does go down in the immediate term. Resistance at your 382 there. Yeah, you're playing off the long. If you see new all-time highs, you could see the same being at 16 cents, potentially even up at 52 cents, potentially even higher. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. That's all I got. Take care. Bye-bye.